Hey guys, how's it going? Shimbob here, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about how to play Reinhardt. So let's jump straight into it and discuss when Reinhardt is best to use. And similarly to Lucio, he's pretty much useful in all scenarios, all game modes and maps. So there's never anything wrong with picking a Reinhardt right at the start of a match just to see how it goes. He's great and probably the best at being a solo tank if no one else goes tank, but he also works well as like a primary tank if you have like a Winston or a Zarya or another tank with you. As far as when he's not so strong, I wouldn't say there's really too many situations. If you're getting shut down, similar to Lucio, getting shut down a lot, then it's time to change characters. But otherwise, sometimes on point control maps, like Lijiang Tower, he can be slightly less effective than, say, a Winston or a Zarya, who have more mobility or damage output, so they can be a little bit more effective on the point, instead of trying to like defend from every angle. But to be honest, you really can't go wrong with Reinhardt, so he's a great choice overall. So moving into my first tip for Reinhardt, and I would say to keep Fire Strike on cooldown. So obviously you're not going to be doing much damage as Reinhardt, especially range damage. So this is a good way to be able to throw some damage down range and sort of slow the opposition's progression up the map a little bit, similar to what we do on Lucio. So you pretty much just want to keep throwing these down range as much as you can, as long as you're not getting pounded by the enemy fire when you should really have your shield up. Otherwise, be firing this off and trying to, maybe clip a target down range a bit, and you can get some pretty cheap kills with this if enemies are weak. Next up, tip number 2 is don't waste your shield. So obviously most of the time you're going to want to have your shield up as Reinhardt to protect your teammates. But when there's no enemies around, or you need to reposition, or you're not taking any fire at that time, it's best to let your shield drop. That way it can recharge a little, if not fully, and then when the enemies do come back, you have a fully charged shield to defend with. This is something you'll see a lot of pro gamers do, like the really good Reinhardts. They do this in between like gun battles and stuff, so that they have a fully charged shield to defend with, and it makes quite a difference, I think. So the next one is a little bit tougher to learn and judge in the moment, and that is charge in moderation. There's so many variables that you have to take into consideration when charging, and it can be super tempting to charge someone that's really far away that you think you can get a free kill on, but it's not always the best decision. So as Reinhardt, you're going to want to be on the objective as much as possible, so try and avoid those charges that take you away from the objective and that put you into enemy territory. You want to leave that up to tanks like Winston and stuff. Tip number 4, I'd say to prioritize protecting your close range damage dealers. So what do I mean by this? Basically, you're going to be on the point and objective a lot of times, and you're probably going to have a few teammates around you, which is good. It's easy to defend them. But when people are moving around and your team's a bit displaced and you're trying to prioritize who is best to protect and stuff, the close range damage dealers of yours, like your McCrees and your Reapers and stuff that are around the point with you, they're the ones you want to protect, because when you get into a close range gunfight with enemies, McCrees and Reapers and characters that can really take you out, you want yours there and alive to be able to protect you. And lastly, tip number 5 is another one regarding Reinhardt's ultimate. Obviously, like all ultimates, it's best to communicate with your team and let them know when it's ready and when you're going to use it. But when you're playing solo, it's best to use it when you can physically see teammates around you. This way, when you knock targets down, you have a greater chance to kill them, because your teammates can come in, mop up the bodies that are just lying there on the floor, and there's not as much pressure on you to actually kill them while they're down. There's nothing worse than knocking down like 3 enemies and you get 2 of them, but one of them gets away, spins off, and he kills you. So yeah, other than that, if you guys follow those 5 tips and core principles for playing Reinhardt, I think you'll have a pretty good time. Thanks again for watching, guys. Let me know if you have any tips of your own for playing Reinhardt. I'm always eager to hear more tips and stuff. If you did like what you saw, go ahead and like the video. Make sure to check out the other videos down below, and also the new social media links that are in the description and on the screen now. And until next time, just keep doing what you're doing, guys. Cheers.